So I've speedrun a lot of games. I've speedrun hard games, RNG games, games that have driven me insane, but none of them have been anything similar to speedrunning Minecraft. All the knowledge I've gained from learning how to speedrun was completely thrown away for Minecraft. So let's explain why, and how fast you can speedrun Minecraft in 1 week, starting with day 1. So day 1, like usual, started with some tutorials. I decided to do RSG, or Random C Glitches speedruns, as it's the most popular category. Also, as 1.16 recently came out, I decided to speedrun on it and found a couple tutorials detailing the strategy. Basically, you first try to spawn in a desert because you can find lava pools and desert temples easier, which will help out. Then, you go about getting tools, finding a village, getting bread, killing the iron golem for a bucket and flint and steel, and then getting to the nether. You do that by finding a pool of lava, and do this whole ordeal where you place a bucket of water and continuously put lava in different places to make a nether portal. This is a really cool and fast way of doing it, and you generally get faster as you do it more, but it was pretty difficult at first. Then you need to find another fortress and go and farm blazes. We need 6 to 7 blaze rods to make enough Eyes of Ender. We then also get gold so we can trade it with the piglins to hopefully get ender pearls. This has about a 5% chance with each trade and we need at least 12, but hopefully more. But you usually get about 6 per trade. Now we need to leave the nether before making our Eyes of Ender and finding the stronghold before finally killing the ender dragon and beating the game. Seems simple enough, right? Well, no it's not. Every single thing in this run is RNG. Do you spawn near a desert? RNG. Do you find a village? RNG. Do you find a lava pool? RNG. Do you find another fortress quickly? Get blaze rods fast? Get gold? Get the ender pearls? Find the stronghold quickly? All RNG. But hey, that's what I signed up for, right? I just need to make use of the runs that give me good RNG, but I didn't understand how to do that for a while. See, every day I learned something new that completely changed the game for me. If I knew these things when I started, I would have done much better throughout the week. But whatever, it's my own fault for not researching more, so I'm going to tell you everything that I learned as I learned it, so hopefully you won't make the same mistakes if you decide to speedrun this too. Now on day 1, most of what I did was learning, so I didn't get many chances to actually do runs, but even for the one I did, I messed up. I did this to the nether portal. What the fuck? And that's it for day 1. Yeah, nothing really happened, but at least I knew what I was getting myself into. Or at least I thought I did. Now day 2 came by and I was actually doing a bit better. I mean, on my first run I made it to the nether in only 10 minutes, so I had some pretty good luck. Until I died from a ghast right away. However, I made it back again, but this time died to my inability to platform. And then I made it yet again, but this time died from running away from pigs and falling into lava. I did not realize at this time how difficult 1.16 Nether was. See, I hadn't played 1.16 Nether yet and I'm a long-time Minecraft player. It was just really hard to adapt from what the Nether used to be. Therefore, since they were on the same leaderboard, I decided to simply switch to 1.14. Now this changes the route a tiny bit. Instead of getting pearls by trading with piglins, we trade with villagers. To do this we need a lot of wood, so finding a desert temple is even more valuable because it will give us TNT. Now if you get TNT and find a savannah village, you can blow up the houses and get all the woods in about 2 minutes. If not, you can cut trees and wait about 7 minutes until you get 6 stacks. But hey, either way will work. And then we can make use of both the brewing stand and a fletching table. This allows us to trade sticks for emeralds with the fletcher and emeralds with other things with the cleric until he levels up enough to sell ender pearls. Oh yeah, his chance to even sell ender pearls is only 66% by the way, so haha, that's fun. It definitely won't come back to haunt us, right? Unfortunately for day 2 though, I never even got the chance to try this strategy as I didn't even make it to the nether, let alone out of the nether. So that's where we ended day 2. No more progress and on a completely different version. Yeah, it's just gonna get worse before it gets better. And day 3 didn't start much better than day 2. I died straight away in the nether because apparently I don't know how to not fall from a high place. And then I went into a desert temple and got blown up by a creeper. Yeah, note to self, always check for creepers before scratching your head. After that I was able to make it to my first nether fortress, but I didn't know how to handle the blazes. First of all, I forgot to switch to easy, which would have really helped a lot by removing these skeletons, and secondly, I could have spent more time learning how to actually fight them. See, I watched the record speedruns and saw how they just went in and killed them one by one, but I wasn't remotely good enough to try this strategy myself. What I should have done instead is built a little hut around myself and let the blazes come down to me, making them easy kills. Didn't learn that for a couple days though. Then the rest of the day was just filled with sadness. I died by blazes again and just couldn't find another fortress because I didn't know a trick that I'll explain later to find them. So day 3 ended off with another day of me not even leaving the nether. But hey, like I said, it gets worse before it gets better, because day 4 started out with a run where I got teleported right to the Nether Fortress, which is insane luck. Now at this point, I didn't understand how to do the blaze farming strat. I thought I knew it, but I mean, look at this. And yeah, if you guessed I died right here because of this, you'd be right. Wild. Then I got about 5 more runs to the Nether that all died for various reasons. Yeah, if I had to call day 4 anything, it would just be forgettable, but hey, at least I'm getting to the Nether more. Now the story of day 5 is interesting because on day 5, the Minecraft speedrunning leaderboards changed. They decided to make 1.16 and on its own category, and I kinda wanted to run on the most up-to-date category, so I switched over for the second time. Again though, I wasn't ready for 1.16 Nether no matter how hard I tried, so you know what? I'm not gonna waste your time and just tell you it was another bad day. At this point I was feeling terrible. This was the first time ever in my week-long challenges that I felt I might not even be able to finish a single run. I knew I had the abilities, but my mentality was drained. I think another problem was I should have taken a day off to recollect myself. I didn't though, and let's see how that goes for me. So on day 6 I needed just anything, and I prepared hardcore to get that just anything. I learned 2 new things for day 6. First, I learned how to actually do the blaze spawner stuff correctly, so that's good. And secondly, I learned how to find another fortress faster. You should always travel east and west. This is because of the way they are made, and it just raises their likelihood by a lot. You can tell you're going the right way by breaking a block and seeing this V shape, then going to either side of the V shape to go east or west. And now the runs were going okay, but 1.16 Nether was still getting to me, so I made the executive decision of finally staying in 1.14 for the remainder of the week. Yeah, I switched between these two way too much, but it is what it is. Making this switch allowed me to get 2 good runs through the Nether. One where I got my blaze rods and was about to make it back to the portal but died just before that to lava, and one redemption run where I finally, after 6 days, made it out of the Nether. Took you long enough! With this run it was just down to trading with the villagers and killing the Ender Dragon. Now unfortunately it was so long since I first watched the tutorial that I forgot how many stacks of wood you needed. Therefore I just kept getting it for a while, but here's where I made a terrible mistake. See, you're supposed to only buy the first level trades from the cleric until he levels up 1, since the later level trades level him up faster. I didn't know that and was just confused when I kept throwing emeralds at him and he wasn't budging. This made this sequence take way longer than it should have, but at least we got our ender pearls eventually. I then made it all the way to the stronghold before dying to skeletons. Why am I so terrible? Yeah, my motivation was gone after this. Looks like day 7's my last chance. And what a day it was. With all the information I learned throughout the week, I was able to get 2 runs. Well, almost 2. See, my first one I made it past everything I needed and had 14 Eyes of Ender. That's 2 more than you need and they only have a 20% chance of breaking in the air each time. But they broke literally 4 times in a row. I thought my game was glitched, and then to make matters worse, the stronghold was in the ocean. I couldn't believe my bad luck. I just didn't know what to do besides start another run and make that one count. And I did just that. On my last run, I took my time and made it to the end. At this point, I didn't care about the time I got. I just wanted a completed run. I died in the Nether. I kept going. I didn't find a savannah village and had to cut down trees. I kept going. My first cleric wasn't selling ender pearls. I kept going. Everything happened and I kept going. Finally making it to a stronghold and ready for my fight with the Ender Dragon. Yeah, and then the weirdest thing happened and no Endermen spawned. So the boss just kinda wasn't that bad. I mean, hey, it means I got a completed run, but it was really unsatisfying, I guess. The dragon also didn't feel like perching on the stand, so I had to keep hitting him with arrows, so that was also pretty weird. Yeah, I don't know anymore, but I ended the week with a 1:37.50. Yeah, not that good. But hey, you can do so much better. I definitely would have gotten a sub 1 hour time if I knew everything that I know now, so I'm going to tell you all these things so you don't make the same mistakes. Now let's quickly go through them. 1. Do 1.14 at first because it's less RNG. 2. Be flexible about your starts. Don't wait for the perfect start, especially early on in your speedrunning journey. 3. Use the east and west trick with the blocks to find the stronghold much easier. 4. Use the box strategy to fight the blazes instead of running in stupidly. 5. Make sure you only trade the first level trade with the cleric before he's level 2, not after. And 6. Don't give up, you've got this. Oh yeah, also don't do 7 days in a row, take a break or something. And that's my advice for people starting out. Honestly, it's very possible to get a sub 1 hour time or even a sub 45 minute time in 1 week if you don't make my same mistakes. It's a very hard run full of RNG, but you'll be Dream in no time if you just try hard enough. But since 75% of the people who watch my videos aren't subscribed, why not do so yourself? I post a lot of speedrunning and gaming content, so it's not the worst idea. Also, like the video if you enjoyed. Doing both of these things helps out a ton with the YouTube algorithm, so I would really appreciate it. Alright, enough shilling. Our next game to speedrun for 1 week is Super Mario Odyssey, so we'll see what happens.